A unique partnership formed at Michigan State University when Dr. Bryden Stanley, the head of surgery in the College of Veterinary Medicine, teamed up with Dr. John Giraudo, an associate professor in the College of Human Medicine, to perform an uncommon cleft palate operation on a dog.
Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
So Mr. Moo was particularly difficult because he actually just had an absolutely no soft palate at all. And to repair that, we had to do a new technique that we believe hasn't been done in dogs before.
There are some techniques that we developed at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital for repairing and lengthening a palate that might be uniquely applicable to this dog that presented itself to her clinic.
Dr. Stanley and Dr. Giraudo successfully performed the surgery at the MSU Veterinary Hospital, but the benefits don't end with helping the dog. Because dogs age faster than humans, doctors will be able to more quickly predict the success of this technique in humans.
So if you can imagine that accelerated growth, then we can look at the changes in dogs who've had human-based palate surgery and see how they grow and expand. That's a project that in our hospital takes 20 years, but at the veterinarian school could be evaluated within 4 or 5 years.
The collaboration and hard work of these two doctors is making a difference. Spartans will. I'm here on the waterfront in Detroit, and I'm talking about solar power. When you think of traditional solar panels, you think of those large black squares that are mounted on rooftops or in fields. But what if we were able to start getting our solar panels to look like this? An entire skyscraper dedicated to harvesting solar energy. A Michigan State professor is making that happen right now. So I'm sitting here with Professor Lunt, a professor in the College of Engineering.
Correct. I'm a professor of chemical engineering and material science. When I was growing up, I grew up just outside of Boston, and I began to appreciate the amount of area there is in not only glass, but just tall buildings in general. And there's often more area in the vertical footprint than there is in the rooftop footprint. One of our thoughts was if we could turn these areas into solar harvesting surfaces, we could really make a big impact. This is a transparent luminescent solar concentrator. The way that this works is it's going to capture the parts of the solar spectrum that you can't see with your eye. So it's going to capture the ultraviolet and near infrared parts of the solar spectrum, and that glowing infrared light gets guided to the edge of the glass where we mount very thin strips of solar cells, and that's going to convert that energy into electricity. So now we are in the molecular and organic exotonics laboratory. And so this is a fully assembled prototype of this type of technology. So I guess what we can do at this point is just hook this up and show you kind of how it works. So what I'm going to do now is just hook up the solar concentrator, and we're going to shine the light onto the active layer, and the fan moves.
Generating power.
That's right.
So with much bigger windows, with the actual power of an intensity of a sun,
that's right.
You're going to do more than just be able to move a little fan.
That's right. We're going to be able to power the building.
Somewhere, a call echoes, and ears are closed to schoolgirls with gigabytes in their veins, minds for rockets and fractions, subtracted from the math of inclusion in science. The call says, who will? Who hears these trials? Somewhere, a freshman, the first generation to go to college, seeks not veneration, just to be acknowledged among so many by someone. Who will? Spartans will. Beseech a student to see that he is indispensable, individual, and yet part of a team. We're a patchwork tapestry bursting at its seams with stories, histories, languages, and creeds. We're forming ranks of weavers, the makers of dreams.
This is to say thank you.
Thank you for helping make everything possible.
Thank you for empowering my dreams.
For supporting our research on global issues.
For enabling me to study abroad.
For the facilities we work in.
Thank you for giving opportunities to our faculty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for helping me become a Spartan.
It is early morning in Kigali, Rwanda, and I could really go for a cup of coffee. This is even one of the great coffee growing regions, but they drink tea here, so I'm probably not going to find any coffee. When you came in and started the work with Michigan State, what got in the way?
Well, the coffee's been grown here for many, many years, for generations, and what didn't happen here is that there was no higher end, fully washed specialty coffee, and very few higher end buyers. Partly that was because specialty coffee did not really take off until, in the, let's say, late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
With specialty coffee though, the taste profiles become very important, and your high-end buyers across the US, Europe, Japan, they're all looking for those top varieties.
They want all the good stuff. It's not
they want the
just
good
that
stuff,
coffee
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, so if you're going to sell coffee for $5 or more a cup, it needs to be a very good cup of coffee, and that's what you get in Rwanda.
No coffee market here, but you grow coffee in Rwanda.
Yeah,
you grow very good coffee.
Very good.
And they keep telling me I'll eventually get a cup of it, but I have my doubts. I don't know.
What?
And obviously there are Spartans everywhere, including Geraldine Mukishimana, who is a Spartan, but now you're the Minister of Agriculture for Rwanda.
We are known all over the world that we are producing good quality coffees, but we cannot supply consistently enough amount that the world needs.